What's up, everyone, and welcome to ClearTalk. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Elon Musk. Because apparently now he has found his trajectory, his path, his opportunity laid out and planned to become the first trillionaire. I shit you not. So we're going to talk about it. Thank you very much for joining me. And if you're new to ClearTalk, welcome. Welcome. And if you'd like to check out more videos from the channel, please do so. Consider subscribing, like, share, comment, all that good stuff to get more videos in front of more people. And if you'd like to check out videos from my other channels, please do so. There's Drummer, Play, Puzzling. Subscribe to those. I mean, if you see what you like, please do so. That would be fantastic. It'd be amazing. And if you'd like to support in any kind of way, there are links there for support. Patreon, $3 a month to help grow and keep the channels going, and also help grow Patreon so I can make it more and more worth your while. And then, or if you just rather just do a one-time kind of thing, that's perfectly fine as well. Any kind of way you support JMD Nation to become a part of JMD Nation, that is very much appreciated. I thank you very much. And if you're returning, you're freaking amazing. You are the shit. Welcome back over and over and over again, because you are what makes up JMD Nation. So, yes. I have an article here from CNN. Here we are. Tesla shareholders approve Elon Musk's $1 trillion pay package. All right, let's get the details. Tesla shareholders approve a pay package on Thursday that would make CEO Elon Musk, already the world's richest person, the world's first trillionaire. Tesla announced that more than 75% of shares voted in favor of the pay package during the company's annual shareholder meeting. The vote didn't include the 15% of the company that Musk already owns. The crowd at the meeting broke into cheers and chants when the results were announced. Musk thanked the shareholders and the Tesla board soon after. "I super appreciate it," he said. Musk doesn't take any salary, but the approved pay package comes in the form of stock grant that would give him as much as 423.7 million additional Tesla shares over the next 10 years. Okay? So this is a 10-year path for him to become the first trillionaire. These shares could be worth about $1 trillion, assuming the company reaches the $8.5 trillion market cap needed to have Musk qualify for the full potential payout. In addition, Tesla needs to achieve a series of either operational or financial targets for him to get the full number of shares, which would be distributed in 12 equal blocks. I'm not going to lie, I don't know what the fuck that means. Getting all the shares available under this package over the next 10 years would be the equivalent of earning $275 million a day. $275 million a day. Dwarfing any other executive pay package in history. These are lofty targets, though. For Tesla to reach the $8.5 trillion in market value needed, shares need to jump 466% from today's stock price. That's also about 70% higher than the world's most valuable company, Nvidia, which hit a record 5 trillion market cap last week. Musk is already worth an estimated 473 billion, according to Bloomberg's billionaire tracker, most due to his holdings in Tesla, as well as other companies he controls, including SpaceX and XAI. A vote to reject the pay package Thursday could have meant his exit from Tesla's CEO office. Tesla's board said in a filing that Musk had raised the possibility of leaving the company if he didn't get the assurances of control that the pay package could grant him. Bro. However, the company has had a rocky year. Sales and profits plunged in the first half, and Tesla faces potential billions in lost revenue due to reduced U.S. government support for electric vehicles. But Musk and Tesla executives dismissed those problems, saying Tesla is shifting focus from merely selling EVs to selling self-driving cars, including a fleet of robo-taxis, as well as humanoid robots. Okay. In his remarks to shareholders, Musk spoke more about robots, which have yet to go on sale, than he did about the company's cars. Most of his references to cars were about its so-called full self-driving FSD, a driver assistant feature that still requires drivers to stay alert and ready to take control of the car. But Musk said the robots will be bigger than the company's car business, or any other business even. Quote, I think it's going to be the biggest product of all time by far, he says. So, like, bigger than cell phones, bigger than anything. I guess a way to think about it is that every human on Earth is going to want to have their own personal R2-D2 or C3PO. Man is bound to be the first trillionaire. He even predicted Tesla's robots could replace surgeons, lead to the end of global poverty. The trillion fucking dollars that he is projected. Let me get the fucking right word. Projected to making this deal would fucking end global poverty and reshape the global economic order. He claims they could be produced for $20,000 each, allowing the company to sell them for about the price of a car. Of a car now? Of a car in 10 years? Of a car 10 years ago? Yeah, right. Fuck! That's an expensive robot. Still, those products and concepts are still under development and haven't gone on sale. That means even with the passage of the pay package, it's not certain that Musk will ever see any of its potential hundreds of millions of shares. He will need to straighten out the company's current problems and then live up to the big promises that he's made for the future. Musk has insisted he needs the additional shares to have more control over the company, not because he wants so much more wealth. Oh, really? Oh, really? It's not like I'm going to spend the money, Musk said in a call with investors last month. And what the fuck are you going to do with it? There needs to be enough voting control to give me a strong influence, but not so much that I can't be fired if I go insane. Bro. Okay. Wow. Um. So there you go. Tesla has mapped out a plan and approved a plan for Elon Musk to become the first trillionaire, which is what he has wanted to be. Like he's Trumpian in that way. Well, he's Trumpian in a lot of ways, but he's Trumpian in that way, and that that will put him, you know, I mean, not that he isn't already arguably historic as far as his name is goes, and I'm not saying in necessarily in the best ways, but um, to think about that. Think about that. You know, a trillionaire. The equivalent of making 275 million a day. And then he states, it's not like I plan on spending it. This it's crazy. It's crazy. And in some weird way you can argue that, well, this is really kind of imaginary. Right? Because there's no actual like liquidity, like substance to those numbers. Like there's no actual physical backing in any way of those numbers. It's just these types of numbers, these amounts of money that these people are worth. There's no solid backing in them anymore. Like where at one time in history it was like literal physical backing of worth. Now it's all just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's all just numbers in a computer that has no actual physical attachment. But those numbers, even if you want to argue, can technically be considered just imaginary, still hold power. They still hold influence. They still hold the ability to make things happen. How and when and to what extent they want them to happen and where. You have people right now who can't even buy groceries in the United States because they don't have SNAP benefits that they were expecting. Lines at food banks double and triple the length that they typically are. They just announced, possibly even to soldiers across overseas, that they may need to find food bank-like places because of uncertainty that they would receive payment. You have federal workers all over the country who've been working now for a month or longer who have not received payment. Adding to the number of people going to the food banks because of SNAP. And we have a man where shareholders just approved a package, a path for him to become a trillionaire. Like the extent of separation in this world between the importance to wealthy in this world versus the importance to the poorest, greater percentage of the population of the world has to deal with in reality every day. Like the realities of the two are just on completely different planes. I am of the mind that there should not even be billionaires. Much less trillionaires. The fact that we have all the conditions currently going on right now across the country. And I know you're going to say, well, that's because there's a government shutdown, and it's the Republicans' fault, or it's the Democrats' fault, or it's everybody's fault, or blah 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 blah. And that's the reason why these conditions. It doesn't normally like this. Actually, yes. People depend. The fact that people depend on that from month to month. The fact that food banks exist in the first place in the greatest nation in the world while billionaires exist is a problem. The fact that we have homeless is a problem. And the unfortunate part is that the gap is only getting bigger. The gap is only getting bigger. And unless there's some major zeitgeist that happens across the ultra wealthy, like, mental sphere, and they suddenly decide that they don't want to be greedy anymore, I don't see that changing. I see it just continually getting worse and worse and worse. And that's quite discouraging. Yeah, I don't. This is crazy to me. It's crazy to me that this man. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a big hill to climb for him to actually reach that status. But just the mere idea, the mere fact that the plan is in place, that it was approved for a plan to provide a plan, to provide a path for him to become, like, as if that was the purpose of the plan. Okay, understand that clearly was the purpose of the plan. Not really to really benefit anybody other than him becoming the first trillionaire in history. I mean, yeah, the path builds the company and is a path of enriching the company to also record levels in order for him to become that. But what does that do to help? I mean, $20,000+ robots? Who the fuck's going to be able to afford that? Other than corporations and businesses that would be used to put more people out of work. I don't know. But there you go. He has the plan, and it's been approved, and I guess we'll have to see in 10 years whether or not he makes it. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. Until next time, peace. ClearTalk. Looks like I need to become buddies with Elon Musk. Yeah, later.